Welcome. I wonder how does it sound? I wonder. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, hey, weirdo. What a weirdo. Anyways, what's been up? Let me see. What a week, right? I don't even know what's been going on in the world, so bear with me. We're about to find out what in the world has been going on in the world. I know about the shooting and how that guy got he's getting tried as an adult, and the family has the balls to fight for them not. I'm just wondering what's going on. Very good. I have to verify that all is well. Well, can you hear me? Probably not. I'm going to scoot a little bit more this way, and you know what? Get it closer. You're going to keep hearing it and hearing it. Anyways, I guess we'll have to talk a little louder so that you can hear me. John Rosario, thank you. Stick around. I'm about to find out what's been happening in the world this whole week. Uh, and for that, we shall go back all the way down to 5 days ago. We should go 7 days ago. Last time I read the news in chronological order, and I didn't really like it. Mm-mm. Anyways, let's see. We're 4 days. One more. We're gonna push it. What? That's all it gives me? 5 days? Okay, whatever. We'll start there. We'll start right there. Men arrested in fatal shooting, title winning college gymnast in Wisconsin. Whiz, whiz, Wisconsin. Whatever that is. Wherever that is, I don't know where that is. I don't care about that. Fatal shooting. That's just another Wednesday, right? Mystery of Pinnacle Man found frozen in a cave, solved after 5 decades. Now that I want to know about. Let's see. Mystery of Pinnacle Man found frozen in a cave, solved nearly 5 decades. Nearly 5 decades. Shouldn't it be later? I mean, I don't know. I'm not a writer, but I think it should be later. A man found frozen in Pennsylvania cave in 1977 has finally been identified, closing the book on a nearly 50-year-long mystery. A Berks County coroner office identified the remains of the missing man, Nicholas Paul Grubbs, 27, from Fort Worth, Washington, Pennsylvania. Is there a Pennsylvania? Is there Washington in Pennsylvania? Who would have thought, right? I wouldn't have thought. I thought Washington was Washington, but apparently there's multiple Washingtons. Something you must know. That light is just too close. Was. All right. I really don't care about that. I mean, sucks to suck. That guy died a long time ago. Anyway, South Carolina basketball star Ashley Watkins is charged with assault and kidnapping. Assault and kidnapping. Do we want to know about that? Do we even care about that? I shall see right now. Oh, no, I won't, because I don't even going to read it. Two deaths in one Massachusetts town cast doubts on the relationship between police and prosecutors. Well, it's a game that they play, and both of them want to win. So I don't know. AFD becomes far right party to win Germany's state elected since 1945. Oh, no, it was 42. That was after. Oh, okay. All right. All right. All right. We want to know about this. The AFD, whatever that is, something German. AFD becomes far right party to win German state elections since 1945. The alternative for German, the alternative for Germany, AFD has become the first far right party to win the state election in Germany since the Nazi era, dealing a crushing blow to Chancellor Olaf Scholz government with only a year to go before the next federal election. After voting closed on Sunday, the AFD was projected to become the strongest party in the eastern state of Thuringia with 32.8% of the vote and to come to a closed section of Saxony, whatever that means. I don't know what that word means. Whatever. Policy, I mean, political issues from other countries, as if we don't have enough. As if we don't, right? Men accused of enlisting strangers to rape, drug, wife goes in trial in France. God damn, dude. What the fuck? That's fucking harsh. Drugged his wife. Wow. Wow. He must not have liked her. Man accused of enlisting strangers to rape drugged wife goes on trial in France. Goddamn French. Dominic Pellicott, 71, is being tried with 50 other men over alleged abuse of women for years at couple's Provence home. A husband who allegedly drugged his wife and invited more than 80 strangers to rape her at their home for almost a decade went on trial on Monday in a case that has shocked France. 50 men accused of taking part in the abuse of the women are also on trial at the court in Avignon. More than a dozen protesters dressed in all black demonstrated outside of the courthouse as the trial opened. Yikes. Yikes. Police says Dominic Pellicott crushed sleeping tablets and anti-anxiety medication and mixed it into his wife's Giselle's evening meal and in her wine at their home in Mazan near Carpentras in Provence. The father of three recruited men to rape and sexually abuse her from an online chat room where women fantasize about performing sexual acts on non-consenting partners. Well, that was his kink, I guess, right? Yeah, but people keep making any kink normal. Sparkling water, not poor people water. Anyways, that's fucked up. That's where the world is at. Exclusive. U.S. seizes Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro's airplane in the Dominican Republic and flies it to Florida. They took his plane. He's pissed off. He wants it back. So now, therefore, they're celebrating Christmas early. Not a bad deal. Not a bad deal. Maryland TX. Anyways. Lonely dolphin may be behind series of attack on swimmers in Japan. Evil. Evil dolphins. We need to get rid of them. A man accused of killing his girlfriend and leaving her body at Boston Airport has been expedited to the U.S. From where? From where? Human remains found in Indiana in 1993 are identified as a South Carolina native. 4 people shot and killed on Chicago area Blue Line train, suspect in custody. Wonder what that's about. 2 U.S. Marines attacked by a group in Turkey. I don't know how to feel about that. I demand some respect. I demand some respect for those Marines. 2 dead and 3 injured after man drives his car through restaurant patio in Minnesota. Jackass wanted to go there faster, right? Venezuelan prosecutor seeks arrest warrant for opposition's former presidential candidate Gonzalez. Of course, you win and then you go after the opposition. Get rid of them so that way nobody to attack you next time. Sounds about right. In Labor Day dogfight, Joy Chestnut, that is also a funny word, chestnut, chin nuts, smokes, Takeru, Chestnut smokes Takeru Kabayashi in a hot dog eating rivalry. They were eating hot dogs and they got into a fight. Did they hit each other with the dogs on their face or something? Is that why this is new, where they were slapping each other with every dog? Exclusive. U.S. researchers find probable launch site of Russia's new nuclear power missile. Nuclear power missile. They ain't got shit. Suarez to retire Uruguay with record 69 goals. Like I said, I guess my algorithm doesn't understand that I despise sports. I hate sports with a passion. Brazil Supreme Court panel unanimously upholds judge's decision to block X nationwide. So is that two or three countries getting rid of X? I don't know. Volkswagen consider historic German plants closures in cost drive. How the see? But you guys are fucking not making money because they keep charging more, and they keep paying themselves more. Thought about not paying yourself more, people at Volkswagen? You ever thought about that? Uh huh. Let's see. Volkswagen considers historic German plant closures and cost drives. Keep giving your dumbass CEOs more fucking money every year, and then you'll end up with no fucking plant to make anything. This is from outside the country. If it's from outside the country, we really don't give a fuck. Astronauts report strange sounds coming from NASA Starliners. Here's NASA's explanation. See, I'm interested in that. That's more like what I want to know. Like, what's going on there? A mysterious pulsating sound heard by one of two stuck in space astronauts coming from Boeing Star. Damn. Astronauts coming from Boeing troubled starliners has been identified. Butch Wilmore, that's a funny name, by the way. Butch Wilmore is one of two NASA's astronauts whose return to Earth is delayed due to Starliner's technical difficulties. Wilmore recently heard a strange noise from the speaker in Starliner while stuck aboard the International Space Station's NASA wrote on X on Monday. The speaker's feedback, Wilmore reported, has no technical impact to the crew, Starliners, or station's operations, including Starliners uncrewed on docking from the stations no earlier than Friday, September 6th, the space agency. NASA attributed the noise to an audio configuration between the space station and Starliner. I didn't know it made pulsating noises when they were doing that, whatever the fuck it says, configuration. I mean, again, what the fuck do I know? But to me, that just sounds like, yeah. Shut up. Look, let's have them think it's this. But what do I know? The space station's audio system is complex, allowing multiple spacecraft and modules to be interconnected, and it is common to experience noise in feedback, NASA wrote. Yeah, right. On Sunday, retired Canadian astronaut Chris Hadfield raised concerns about the noise. There are several noises I prefer not to hear inside of my spaceship, including this one that Boeing Starliner is now making, he wrote on X. Fellow stuck astronaut Sonny Williams and Wilmore were Boeing first crews and were only supposed to be in space for a week in June, but their return to Earth was pushed back to February due to technical problems with the space capsule. NASA decided it was too risky for them to fly home, and the Boeing Starliner decided it was experiencing thruster troubles and helium leaks. NASA cut two astronauts Friday from the next missions on a SpaceX rocket in order to make room for William and Wilmore to return Wilmore on the return trip next year. Their empty Starliner capsule will depart from the space station and land in New Mexico desert as of Friday, which is yesterday. It already landed, and I wonder what happened. United Arab signs agreement with United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, to support humanitarian efforts in Sudan and South Sudan, Africa. I mean, you have all the money in that area. All black outfit, hoodies, Crocs, cell phones, the mirrors. Some students are returning to school with new bans in effect. All blackout hoodies, Crocs, cell phones, and mirrors. Damn. No cell phone, damn kids. 10-year-old allegedly confesses to fatally shooting 82-year-old man and his daughter. God damn. 10-year-old, huh? If you thought 14 was bad, 10's worse. Two rescued from stricken yacht in terrible conditions off the Australian coast. How do those survive? And that millionaire, whatever guy didn't survive, the guy that got me a violation on TikTok. And they gave me another one. I'm pissed off at TikTok. Yes, at you, TikTok. Always giving me fucking strikes because I have an opinion. People can't have opinions now or what? Jesus. Okay. Former aide to New York government charged with acting as the agent of the Chinese government. I mean, is anybody surprised? Is anybody surprised? There it is. There, no, that's not it. Damn it. There it is. Right there. She's the corporate. She's the traitor to the nation. That's the traitor right there. Goddamn traitor. They gave you a green card and yet you traitor. You betrayed him. Traitor. Anyways. A formerly aide to the New York government, Kathy Hochul, a former government, Andrew Cuomo, was charged with acting as an agent for the Chinese government. U.S. Attorney Breon Peace announced Tuesday. That's treason. That's an act of war. Linda Sun, a former deputy chief of staff to Hochul and Cuomo's aide, was charged with violating and conspiring to violate the Foreign Agent Registration Act, visa fraud, alien smuggling, and money laundering conspiracy, according to an unsealed copy of the indictment. Her husband and the co-defendant, Chris was also charged with money laundering, conspiracy, and conspiracy to commit bank fraud, as well as misusing means of identification, prosecutors said. Their home was raided by federal investigators in July, according to sources. Though this was a long time ago. Sun acted as an undisclosed agent of the Chinese government, while her husband, who facilitated the transfer of millions of dollars in kickbacks for personal gain, prosecutors said in a new release. Now, does this cause the government to go to the Chinese government and be like, hey, fuck's this? Anybody do that? I don't think anybody does it. I think they just let it fly under the radar. While working for state government, Sun's influence was messaging in high-level state officials regarding issues of importance to China, blocked Taiwanese government representatives from access to officials, and obtained official New York. State proclaimed for the Chinese government representative without authorizations, prosecutors alleged in the indictment. The couple's arrest comes at a time when the U.S.-Chinese relations remain fraught over a host of frictions, including Beijing aggression in the South China Sea towards Taiwan and U.S. trade controls targeting China. Sun and Hu were both arrested in their Long Island residence Tuesday morning. Residence, you mean mansion? Sun Hu both pleaded not guilty to all charges in federal court Tuesday afternoon. Sun's bond is set to $1.5 million, and her husband is set to $500,000. Both will have their travel limited to New York, Long Island, Maine, and Hampshire. In New Hampshire, their next court date was set September 25. It's coming up, people, about 18 days. During the hearing, prosecutors alleged the defendant used shell companies' iCloud accounts and WeChat messages with everything in Mandarin in their alleged crimes. Defense attorney Seth Ducharme addressed reporters outside court Tuesday saying, "We have a lot of confidence in our case. A lot of the allegations in this indictment are frankly perplexing, overly inflammatory," he said. "As you heard in a court today, we are looking forward to our day in court. The defenders are exercising their right to a speedy trial as soon as they can. We have a lot of confidence, Chris, and in Chris and in Linda." Well, you better fucking be right. An attorney for Son, Jared Schaefer, told CNN the charges are inflated and appear to be a product of overly aggressive prosecution. Highly doubt that. Highly doubt that. Anyways, we have spies in our governments, people. Nobody's taking care of that. Somebody has to. Somebody should. South Korea faces deepfake porn emergency. Now that's something that we need to know about. Let me reread that. South Korea faces deepfake porn emergency. I mean, how? Okay, let's read. South Korea president has urged authorities to do more. Shit, I can't even read. South Korea president has urged authorities to do more to eradicate the country's digital sex crime epidemic amid a flood of deepfake pornography targeting young women. Oh, they're using people's faces. That's fucked up. Authorities, journalists, and social media users recently identified a large number of chat groups where members were creating and sharing sexually explicit deepfake images, including some of underage girls. Yo. Deepfakes are generated using artificial intelligence and often combine the face of a real person with a fake body. South Korean media regulators is holding an emergency meeting in the wake of the discovery. Underage victim South Korea President Yoon Suk Yeol on Tuesday instructed authorities to thoroughly investigate and address these digital sex crimes to eradicate them. Recently, deepfakes videos targeting an unspecified number of people have been circulating rapidly on social media. President Young said at the cabinet meeting, the victims are often minors and the perpetrators are mostly teenagers. The spate of chat groups linked to the individual schools and universities across the country were discovered on the social media apps Telegram over the past few weeks. Users, mainly teenager students, would upload photographs of people they know, both classmates and teachers, and other users would then turn them into sexually explicit deepfake images. The discovery followed the arrest of the Russian-born founders on Telegram, Pavel Durov, on Saturday after it was alleged that child pornography, drug trafficking, and frauds were taking place in the encrypted messaging app. That's pretty interesting. You know, I remember when I was about 12, 13 maybe, I saw the first deep fake. It was Eminem and Britney Spears. Yes. And come to think of it, she was a minor when, oh, wow, that's not right. It was shown to me as a minor. Some older cat was showing me the robes. South emergency. Anyways, that's going on. They have a deep fake with, I mean, that's going to trickle down here. It's probably already happening here. Namibia plans to kill more than 700 animals, including elephants and hippos, and distribute the meat amid drought, widespread hunger. There's nothing wrong with that. Germany resumes Afghan deportations after mass stabbing in Solingen. Go back to where you came from. Police research for suspect who fatally shot and injured four at NYC West Indian American Day Parade. China links spamouflage network mimics American online to sway U.S. political debate. Ugh. Can't we just fucking live and not have to worry about this type of political discussions? Jesus Christ. Florida state parks whistleblowers fired after exposing Ron DeSantis' plans. Oh, what is his plan? Let's find out. The Guardian, so it must be true. Florida Department of Environmental Protection has fired a whistleblower who exposed and sank Governor Ron DeSantis' creative plan to pave over environmentally sensitive state parks and build lucrative hotel golf courses and pickleball courts. Pickleball. Fuck is that? James Gaddis, who worked for the agency for 2 years as a cartographer, was terminated for conduct unbecoming a public employee, according to a letter he received on Saturday. His leaking of the proposal sparked a furious backlash that united Republicans with Democrats and environmental advocates and forced DeSantis into humiliating climb down last week, in which he had admitted the plans were half-baked and we're going back to the drawing board. Just. Damn. How do you know I was reading something political? Like, this shit is literally listening to me. Look, it says, learn more about U.S. elections. And I'm not even talking about elections. I'm just talking about Ron DeSantis doing that. See, this is why I hate TikTok. I hate. Jesus, I said it. Who else hates hate? I hate a lot of things. I hate. There's no such thing as free money. TikTok trends leads to huge consequences. Let me see. Let's read how stupid some people are. How are you going to put a personal check into your account and think you're going to have that money? No such thing as free money. TikTok trend leads to huge consequences. There's no such thing as free money, and people who try the latest viral trend on the social media platform TikTok are learning the lesson the hard way. People were reportedly going to Chase ATM, depositing checks, and immediately withdrawing the cash. It's your own check? Do you have the money? The checks were fake, meaning those who participated in the trend obtained the cash through obvious fraud. They recorded themselves committing a crime and posted it online for the world to see. It's just an awful thing, said Hareen Freeman, who heads the financial consulting firm Freeman Enterprise in D.C., and it's not free money, and ignorance is not an excuse for breaking the law. It's not a crime if you're stupid. Is that true? Is it not a crime if you're stupid? I don't know. It's an awful thing, says the head of finance consulting firm. It's an awful thing. Why? Because you lost your bonus for the year? That's why it's awful? That's the only reason these people would find something awful. Other than that, no. The U.S. charges Hamas leaders, other militants in connection with October 7th massacre in Israel. Ugh. 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 Maduro decrees Christmas will start October in Venezuela cracks down on dissent. How to distract people. Let's give them Christmas early. Makes fucking perfect sense. Let's see. Maduro decrees Christians. Maduro decrees Christmas will start in October as Venezuela cracks down on dissent. Christmas will start next month in Venezuela. Authoritarian leader Nicolas Maduro has decreed, even as thousands of Venezuelans look set past the holidays behind bars amid his government's crackdowns on political unrest. September smells like Christmas, Maduro said in a weekly television show on Monday, to the apparent delight of his audience. This year, and to honor you all and to thank all, I am going to decree the beginning of Christmas and October 1st. Christmas, a ride for everyone. Peace, joy, and security, he said. Maduro decrees not the first of its kind, but the earliest comes when Venezuela grapples with the fallout of July's presidential election, which saw Maduro claim a third term despite global skepticism and outcry from the country's opposition movement. And the air quote, is it witch? I don't know what it is. Wizard? I don't know what it is. But he said he's gonna get sick and he's gonna die because I'm doing this. He didn't do shit. He's still alive. It's been fucking almost 3 months and he's still alive. I'm not saying he should have died because I don't want to put that out there. But I'm saying he didn't die. So Christmas is coming early, at least for Venezuelans. I mean, Christmas came way earlier when all of them got here about fucking a year ago, so I don't know what the fuck. 1,000-pound sister start arrested at Tennessee Zoo on drug possession and child endangerment charges. I mean, girls gotta have fun, right? A family says a relative body was found in the closet of a Florida nursing home. Damn, they shoved him in there and forgot about him. Russian missile blast Ukrainian military academy and hospital, killing more than 50, officials say. Men charged with murder in connection with the death of California couple at a nudist resort. Man. I don't know how these people looked, but if they were right for each other, why would you do that? U.S. Steel warns of plants closing if sale collapse. Steel, that's bad. 8-year-old Utah boy dies after shooting himself in the car while mother was inside the store. I want to see, this is the people, how irresponsible people are. You know you have a weapon in the car. Why leave it in the car with the child? Unattended. What do you have in your brain? Shit? An 8-year-old has died after accidentally shooting himself with a loaded gun left in the car while his mother was inside a Utah convenience store, police said. Well, of course it is Utah. The boy was alone in the car about 7:40 p.m. Monday in Lehi, a city about 30 miles south of Salt Lake City, when he shot himself in the head. Gentile Livingston with the Lehi City Police Department confirmed to CBS News the incident occurred in a vehicle located in the parking lot of a Maverick gas station, police said. The boy was taken to a local hospital in extremely critical condition. He was later airlifted to a hospital up north and died Thursday morning, police said. The shooting appeared to be unintentional and self-inflicted, police said in the statement. The gun was under the seat in the car, Livingston said. Investigators do not know if the safety was ever on, she said. Parents guilty. Doug Shields said he was putting gas in his vehicle when he heard the gunshot and then a woman scream. He went to the car where it happened. He told KSL and KUTV that he heard a mother say the boy found the gun under the seat. Monday's shooting happened less than 2 weeks after a 5-year-old Utah boy died after accidentally shooting himself with a handgun at his house in Santa Queen, which is 65 miles south of Salt Lake City. Utah does not have any laws to penalize someone for failing to secure an unattended firearm and leaving it accessible to an unsupervised minor, according to the Gifford Law Center and Prevent Gun Violence. The state also does not require unattended firearms to be stored in a certain way or require locking devices to be sold with a firearm. No charges are currently pending against the mother of the Lehigh boy, Livingston said. The shooting is still under investigation, and Michigan's last week police charged the parent of a 9-year-old for violating the state safe storage law after their son shot himself in the head. In St. Louis, a 4-year-old girl died Monday from a gunshot wound suffered while she was in a house where 3 other children under the age of 10 and no adults present. Police are trying to determine who was handling the gun at the time of the shooting. I mean, I understand the whole Second Amendment deal, but when you have irresponsible people who don't fucking secure their shit, to put it in those words, that's when I start thinking like, shit, they should probably pass some law where regulation is required. But then you think of the oppression that comes with that. But I don't know. I just think that good job. Now you get to live with that in your mind, with knowing that you fucked up, that it was because of you that child is dead. You fucked up. You fucked up really bad. Federal judge rejects Donald Trump's request to intervene in the wake of hush money conviction. That's all shit. Colorado mom drugged, fatally shot, and stabbed 2 of her kids before fleeing to UK, prosecutors say. The fuck is going on this week? Men indicted on murder charges in bat attack on co-workers at Daytona Beach car dealership. Hospital employees, server killed in a horrific park tavern patio crash. Philadelphia woman was driving in a partially automated Mustang Mach-E, charged with a DUI homicide. Shit. Biden administration to hit Russia with sanctions over efforts to manipulate U.S. opinions ahead of the election. Because no one is allowed to manipulate elections. Nobody whatsoever. Other than the Biden administration. That's it. Nobody else. That's why you bring a bunch of influencers into the White House just to prove your point. That makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, I don't think one's better than the other, but boy 11 charged with murder and death of former Louisiana mayor and his daughter. U.S. Navy sailor detained in Venezuela, officials say. I bet you it was some smart person that left that country because that country sucked and they were, oh, I'm an American sailor. And now you're stuck out there. Good job. Good job. U.S. accused Russia of using state media to spread disinformation before November elections. Again, because only the left side is allowed to spread information. And let's not call it misinformation because it is not misinformation. Prosecutor asked judge to reinstate Alec Baldwin's film set shooting charge. Half a house for $500,000. Home crushed by tree hits market near L.A. Well, at least it's half price. I mean, it could be worse. You could be getting charged full price for fucking half a house. Monrovia, California, newly enlisted in the sale of Southern California notoriously pricey realty market, half a house for $500,000. Well, you want it for a full million or half? The one-bedroom, one-bathroom bungalow in suburban Monrovia, northeast of L.A., was crushed by a tree in May with 2 renters and 2 dogs inside of it. There were no injuries, but the fence and most of the roof were mangled. Now, what's left of the property with the missing walls, hanging wires, no ceiling is for sale at $499.99. Listing agent Kevin Wheeler equipped the LA Times. That is an open concept floor plan. I mean, if you must look for the appropriate words to call something, right? Anyways. Open concept floor plan. The enlisted size of the 645 square foot, 60 square per meters base. God damn, that's a small fuck. Shit. Holy shit. Well, at least they're not selling it to you for a full price, so that's a start. Weight loss drug allegedly landed this woman in the hospital, prompting lawsuits about label warning. Is it Ozempic? I bet you it is. Because I want to find out. Oh, it must be Ozempic. Because I want to find out now. Weight loss drugs. Millions of Americans have turned to prescription medications to lose weight because you all are a bunch of lazy fucks. And don't come tell me because I can't lose weight because I have a medical condition. Well, start eating some real food and your medical condition might cease to exist. Stop eating all that processed crap that is so delicious. Please stop. To lose weight and treat diabetes, but do drug labels warn enough about potential side effects? Of course, they say that whatever side effect that you're going to get out of that drug is worse than whatever you're trying to cure. So, of course. Juanita Gaunt was prescribed both Wegovy and Ozempic, none other than she later needed emergency surgery and now she's suing. I mean, you asked for it. And now she's suing. Gaunt told CBS News she always struggled with her weight. I'll tell you why she always struggled with her weight. Because she put more in this hole than it came out of the other fucking hole. That's why. And because you couldn't stop your big ass from eating so much processed food, so much sugar, which is delicious again. Anyways. Diabetes is rampant in my family. Oh. Because, this is annoying. This is really frustrating, right? Gaunt told CBS News she always struggled with her weight, weighing 242 pounds. God damn! At 62, despite trying various diets. Did you try not shoving food down your throat? Should probably try that. Diabetes is rampant in my family because you're all fat fucks. Stop eating so much food. Jesus, stop eating. No. Stop eating so much processed food. And I knew that all plays with weight. She said, I almost felt defeated and humiliated. I mean, why couldn't I lose this weight? Stop. Because of her diabetes risk, her doctor agreed she was good candidate and prescribed her Wegovy and later Ozempic. Both GLP-1 drugs made by Novo Nordisk. And the one that was going to kick down the doctors some of that money that they were going to make, right? Several months later, in October of 2023, God's husband found her on the floor unconscious. I had no idea what had happened to me, she said. You had no fucking idea what happened to you, and you're drinking fucking Ozempic, and you didn't know what happened? A drug that makes you fucking not eat? Maybe I'm the idiot here. Maybe I'm the one that doesn't understand how things work in life. Maybe that's right. Maybe. Doctors found part of her large intestine had died and needed to be removed. While recovering from surgery, she went into cardiac arrest, prompting the hospital to call her daughter to warn her that her mother could die. She could die from being fat. And nobody called her daughter for that. It breaks my heart that my daughter got that phone call. Gown said, holding back her tears. Horrible. You weren't worried from you being fat and her getting the same call for what? What? With her colon gone now lives with an ileostomy bag. I don't know what those are. Is there the colostomy bag? Whatever the fuck it's called? Whatever. Attached to her abdomen at all times to collect waste. I had no warning that this was even a possibility. You had no warning. You have no common sense to know that a drug could fuck you up. She's now suing prescription drug makers Novo Nordisk, claiming its drugs labels do not adequately warn patients and doctors about potential serious side effects, including gastroparesis or stomach paralysis and other bowel obstructions. I mean, talk about not doing your own research, right? It puts a lot of resources into the marketing and the drug, hundreds of millions of dollars to expand the market and to get new patients for the drugs. But it hasn't spent that money on warning patients of the risk of gastroparesis, ileus, small bowel obstructions, and the fact that these injuries can be severe, even if it's a rare case. I mean, I'm not even going to keep reading this article because the more I read it, the more stupider I feel. Like, how you going to say I didn't know it was going to fuck me up? How? How do you not know? Gunman believed to be a 14-year-old in Georgia school shooting that left at least 4 dead, sources say. That's that jackass that fucking shot the school, that the other jackass bought him a gun, that the other jackass was celebrating. Oh, he's so happy he got his first buck. You should see him. We rubbed blood on his face. Like, dude, psychopath. A 14-year-old suspect is in the fatal shooting of a Windermere, Georgia high school will be booked on Wednesday night, Georgia Borough. Borough, row your boat. I won't do that. Anyways. The 14-year-old suspect in the fatal mass shooting at a Windermere, Georgia high school will be booked Wednesday night, Georgia Bureau of Investigations Director Chris Hosey said at an interview conference news Wednesday. Not Wednesday, but conference. Shit. Cole Gray will be charged with murder in the connection with the death of two teachers and two students at the Appalachia High School in Winder, Georgia authorities. Appalachia High School, you said, none of those skinwalkers or whatever they're called could have helped? It should have helped. Those skinwalkers should have came out of their skin and helped. The deceased victims were 14-year-old Mason Shomerthon, 14-year-old Christian Angulo, and Richard Aspinall, 39. Christian Iremir, 53. According to Hosey, the school website shows the two students were both math teachers, and Spinowalds were also an assistant football coach. 9 other victims, 8 students, and 1 teacher were taken to the hospital following the Wednesday morning shooting, according to the GBI. Hosey said the gun was an AR platform weapon, while the law enforcement officials earlier told CNN it was an AR-15 style. The gunfire sent students and faculty desperately scurrying for cover at schools across the county went into lockdown, and parents scrambled for information. During the shooting, the 14-year-old Macy Wright texted her mom saying she heard gunshots and asked her mother to come get her. Wright and her friends held hands and prayed at their class and prayed in their classrooms. She said moments later they were disputed by banging and yelling, according to Macy. I heard gunshots outside my classroom and people screaming, people begging not to get shot, and then people sitting beside me. Why did I have to verify? Jesus. Gunshots in the classroom, Macy's. Following student update, authorities spoke to suspect and his father last year. The suspect was interviewed by local law enforcement in May 2023 after the FBI received several anonymous tips about online threats to commit a school shooting at an unidentified location and time, according to a joint statement of the FBI office and Jackson County Sheriff Office. The online threats included photographs of guns, the statement says. The father stated he had hunting guns in the house, but the subject did not have unsupervised access to them. Speaking about stupid parents, right? God damn. But you know what? It's a mixed feeling I have in this though, right? Because I think if it's just the false accusation, I can understand the annoyance that people would have. But a threat like that, you cannot take lightly. I mean, it's not even a joke no more. It used to be a joke. It used to be like, but you can't. It's not a joke no more. That joke is gone. NY grand jury is weighing in on new evictions of Harvey Weinstein, sources say. Didn't he walk away from whatever he was being accused of? I thought he walked away. Thought he did. Greta Thunberg arrested at gaslit prostitutes in Denmark. Like, how does she make money? I want to have the life of this fucking people that are always protesting about something. I want that life. I want to be able to go fucking waste my fucking time on nonsense and get arrested and not have to worry about my future and not have to think about, fuck, I got arrested, I'm in trouble. Can I have that life? How do I get that life? How does this fucking thunder bitch get to travel the world and not have to work? Protesting is not a work. How the fuck do you make money by protesting? Jesus. Someone teach me how to make money protesting. A personal political gimmick, Oklahoma superintendent says no to Walter's Bible directive. I guess they won't be reading the Bible in school after all. Navy commander relieved of duty after photos show him firing a rifle with the scope backwards. Isn't there bigger problems in the world than shooting your rifle with the scope backwards? I mean, the question is, did he hit the whatever he was shooting at? Navy commander relieved of duty after photos showed him firing rifle with scope backwards. I don't have it here. The commander of the Navy destroyer that's helping protect the San Diego-based aircraft carriers USS Theodore Roosevelt in the Middle East has been relieved of duty about 4 months after he was seen in a photo firing a rifle with the scope mounted backwards. The image brought the Navy considerable ridicule on social media. Oh, it's all just about optics then. It's not because they really want to get rid of him for being an idiot, but it's just because of the way you're looking. That's what it is. The image brought the Navy considerable ridicule. The San Diego Union Tribune reported that Cameron Yost was commanding officer of the destroyer USS John McCain was removed on Friday. The Navy said Yes was relieved of duty due to the loss of confidence in his ability to command the guided missile destroyer that are currently deployed in the Gulf of Oman. The statement didn't elaborate about why he just was replaced. So it's all about optics. Beautiful. Anyways, Tennessee Bureau of Investigation confirms raid on Millerville police amid city turmoil. I don't know what the fuck that means. FBI Atlanta Appalachian High School shooter Cole Gray was investigated last year for threats. We already established that. Uganda Olympic athlete dies after being severely burned by her partner over a land dispute. See, can't people have something nice? Like nobody can have nothing nice, I guess. Shit. It's that poor people mindset, like they want to have what others have. And I'm over here saying, please show me how to become Greta Thunberg and have a wealthy lifestyle. Anyways, who cares? Charles Berkeley keeps 1 million promise after 2 New Orleans students solve the Pythagorean theorem. What? This is a must read, just so you know. It's a must. Charles Barkley keeps 1 million promise. Okay. Roughly 4 months after the NBA legend Charles Barkley promised 1 million to St. Mary Academy in New Orleans East, the private school where 2 students cracked century-old mathematical equation, has received its first $100,000 from Berkeley. The school will continue to receive the donations in installments over the next decades, school officials said in a press release conference. This motherfucker's not going to pay. He's paying in increments. He's not even giving a full payment. If you're fucking saying, I'm going to pay this much money, you better fucking pay up, pussy. So now you got to wait fucking years to get my fucking $1 million when you're getting paid I don't know how many millions. See, fucking cheater. Snap sued by New Mexico AG over sextortion of kids by predators. This falls along the same lines that we were reading earlier about South Korea having deep fake pornography, deep fake problems. It's unbearable. We read that already. The piece of shit dude. God damn, dude. Hunter Biden offers to change plea to avoid a trial in a tax case. This one we must know because we were really invested when the laptop came out. Hunter Biden pleaded guilty Thursday to all 9 charges in federal tax case in a surprise move on the day that an antagonizing weeks-long trial was supposed to begin. District Judge Mark Scarley accepted a guilty plea after dramatic convoluted all after a dramatic and convoluted all-day hearing in LA that began with the routine jury selection process. The judge, who is a Trump appointee, set a sentence date for September 16. President Joe Biden's son could face up to 17 years in prison for his crimes, which include tax evasion, filing fraudulent tax returns, and failing to pay taxes. The judge also said he could also impose a hefty fine, perhaps as much as 1.3 million. But looming over the proceedings, as well as Hunter Biden's conviction in a separate gun trial in June, is the possibility of a presidential pardon or a commutation of sentence. President Joe Biden has repeatedly ruled this out. And the White House spokesperson reiterated that position on Thursday. Because they don't constantly change their mind, huh? Yeah, they don't. After the hearing, Biden's lawyer Abe Lowell told reporters that the president's sons to put family first. Today, it was a grave and loving thing to do instead of subjecting them to another public trial about his addiction and family dysfunction. This isn't about fucking addiction. This is about fucking failing to do your fucking duty as a fucking citizen. Pay your taxes, pussy. You have enough money to pay taxes. If not, ask your daddy. He's the president. He could give you money to pay your taxes. Anyways, I went too far back. So now I got to go find my spot. Nope. Okay, here we are. Okay, found it. Fight over $70,000 ring in Massachusetts test rules of engagement. 80 animals shot to death in California. 1 man arrested. What a piece of shit. Texas sues to block Biden's rule protecting privacy for women who get abortions. No, they want to know who's getting those abortions. 2 Nigerians sentenced to over 17 years in sextortion case that led Michigan's teen suicide. Oh, that's got to be that Snapchat shit. Yeah, that's it. It's that thing. Damn. People are getting crafty out there. Common food dyes found that make skins and muscles temporarily transparent. All right? What's this about? Common food dye found makes skin and muscle temporarily transparent. Researchers have peered into the brains and bodies of living animals after discovering that a common food dye can make skin and muscle and connective tissues temporarily transparent. Applying the dye to the belly of the mouse made its liver, intestines, and bladder clearly visible through the abdominal skin, while smearing it on the rodent's scalp allows scientists to see blood vessels in the animal's brain. Treated skin regained its normal color when the dye was washed off, according to researchers in Stanford University who believe the procedure opens up a host of applications in humans, from locating animal injuries and finding veins from drawing bloods to monitoring digestive disorders and spotting tumors. Instead of relying on invasive biopsies, doctors might be able to diagnose deep-seated tumors by simply examining a person's tissue without the need for invasive surgical removals, said Dr. Guosong Hong, a senior researcher on the project. This technique could potentially make blood draws less painful by helping phlebotomies easily located veins under the skin. the trick that echoes of the approach taken Griffins of H.W. Wells in 1897 novel, The Invisible Man, in which the brilliant but doomed scientists discover that the secret of invisibility lies in the matching of objects' refractive index or ability to bend light that of the surrounding air. Now, we love conspiracies about predictive programming. This is another fucking instance of predictive programming. Who remembers Tom and Jerry, where Jerry puts that cream on himself and disappears? Predictive programming? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. When the light penetrates biological tissue, much of it is scattered because of the structures inside, such as fatty membranes and cells nuclei have different refractive indices. As light moves from one reflective index to another, it bends, making tissue opaque. The same effect makes a pencil look bent when dropped in a glass of water. Dr. Zihao Wu and his colleagues at Stanford theorize currently counterintuitively there we go, counterintuitively, that particularly dyes can make certain wavelengths of light pass more easily through the skin, and other tissues strongly absorb dyes strongly absorbing dyes alter the refractive index of tissue that absorbs them, allowing scientists to match the refractive indices of different tissues and suppress any scattering. This is fucking interesting. So, with the dye, without the dye. With the dye, without the dye. That is fucking interesting. But again, my mind goes to predictive programming. Tom and Jerry, where Jerry smears this cream that makes him invisible, and he just wipes it off himself and he becomes visible again. I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking things, but we're pretty soon gonna be able to become invisible. They have that invisibility cloak too, which is Marietta Martin's, I believe, or Skunk Works. I don't know, one of those. Anyways, that's pretty interesting. You know what? That one. Large construction projects in Cleveland now must use labor unions to build after major signs order. Labor unions? You mean just so there are other people that can get their hands in my fucking paycheck? The fuck? I hate unions. And also, I hate. Florida surgeon mistakenly removes patient's liver instead of spleen, causing him to die, widow says. Again, I showed a video of why our education of our education system, how it allows students to dance in order for them to pass the class. I'm pretty sure this doctor probably danced his way through the class. I'm pretty sure they probably danced their way through an A in college, and that's how they became a doctor. To make that mistake, the spleen instead of whatever the other shit was. The liver. Spleen or the liver. You can't tell the difference, you being a doctor? Fuck. Suspect in the UK campus robbery said it was prank for YouTube, citation says. Like there's pranks that are funny and there's shit that is Not funny. And that's not funny. I hope you stay in jail for that. Police determined teen was at risk before fatally shooting him. Police watchdog. What? Police determined teen was at risk before fatally shooting him. Death by cop, suicide. Hunter Biden pleads guilty in tax case. We read that. We read that he was going to plead guilty. Father of Georgia school shooting suspect told investigators he purchased gun as holiday presents for son. Again, shit in the brain. Shit in the membrane. Rich Homie Quan. The fuck kind of name is that? The Atlanta rapper known as Trap Jam Likes Type Way dies at 34. That's news, I guess. Kansas City super fan. I don't give a fuck. Put him in jail for being a fanatic. More than 300 bodies found in Oldham mass grave, most belonging to babies and children in the UK. Two Nigerian brothers sentenced for extortion that leads teen to death. Killed himself because they told him, we'll show the pictures. Wisconsin social studies teachers faces restrictions, complaints for teaching elections. They really don't want anybody to teach shit, right? Police pressures him to confess to a murder that never happened. It's a game. They want to win. New panic at the disco. No. New panic alarm system at Georgia high school saved lives during shooting, official says. Advocates want it nationwide. CBS, Russian spy Beluga. Oh my God. First a Chinese spy. Now a Beluga spy? Jesus. Russian spy Beluga whale that was found dead had multiple bullet wounds, animal rights group says. If it was a spy, it was committing treason and it deserved to die. Treason. 9/11 survivors question on Earth video showing Saudi agents. Well, of course that's going to come out now because Saudi didn't renew their OPEC contract or whatever it's called. Georgia high school shooting suspect to make first court appearance as father faces second-degree murder charges. Sounds good to me. Missouri judge, all these shootings there's only one way to stop them. Start charging the parents. I mean, me saying that, I know that I fall in the category where that could one day be a reality. Hopefully not. Hopefully I'm a better parent than most of y'all. Y'all suck as a parent. Missouri judge says abortion rights measure summary panned by GOP officials is misleading. Physician sentenced to 9 months in prison for punching police officer during Capitol riots. They were punching Nazis, I bet. American activist fatally shot in a protest near Nablus, wherever that is. That's what I'm saying. Like, how do you have time to go protest? I gotta go to work. I gotta pay rent. Why can I be able to protest and pay rent like these people do? I don't know how they do it. I wish I knew the secret to doing that. I would do everything that they do except for the protesting. I wouldn't do the protesting. I would pay somebody to go protest for me. Yeah, that's how I would handle it. Prince Hisashito becomes the first royal male in Japan to reach adulthood in 4 decades. Damn, children were dying. FBI raids home of 2 top deputies for NYC, Sun and Ho, right? Was it right? Sun and Ho? Something like that. Adams NYC commissioner subpoenaed sources. Can we investigate Major Adams too, please? Video of Campbell County Jail death calls, restraints, and medical protocols in question. Are you not calling people behaving like jackasses in question? Video of Campbell County Jail, who cares? Treasury recovery of $1.3 billion in unpaid taxes from high wealth tax dodgers. Well, there's still the 3 million, 3 billion, or 3 trillion, however many got lost before 9/11. Men arrested in suspicion of holding a woman captive and abusing her for over 5 years. Another jackass. A 13-foot Burmese python seized from New York home. Owner unprepared for how fast snake grew. You didn't know snakes grow? Again, shit in the membrane. Bomb threat forced Vistara airline plane en route to Frankfurt to land in Turkey. An ex-mafia hitman is sentenced to 25 years in the slaying of gangster James Whitney Bulger. Like, this is the type of questions that I don't understand about our judicial system, right? If we know for a fact that they committed a crime, why are we spending all the resources in a trial? What do you got to try? Everybody knows they did it. Everybody knows they committed crimes. So why are we putting them to trials if we know they did it? I mean, that just doesn't make any sense to me. If I know somebody did something, why put him to trial? I mean, I don't know. Police sentence at Japatown High School following incident. Another school incident. Fuck, this week was full of school incidents. At least 3 went down, apparently. That's way too much. PwC to use employee locations data to police back to office rule. Whoever the fuck PwC is. Boeing Starliners prepares to leave the station empty months later than planned. They're not coming back. Of course they're not. Who wants to come in a fucking spaceship that their planes don't even work and they're supposed to be the most safe, right? Judge delayed Trump sentencing in hush money case until November. Give him more time. Mother of accused Georgia high school shooter has extensive criminal record. Well, so no wonder you fucking kid did that. 2 teens arrested on suspicions of setting off fireworks that led to a devastating Riverside fire. Two 16-year-olds were arrested on Thursday, September 5th on suspicious of setting off fireworks in Riverside that led I don't want you. That led to the Howarden fire that burned nearly 600 acres, destroying 6 homes and 4 scores of families to flee. The fire raged through the section of the rivers on July 21st, consuming 527 acres, destroying 6 homes and damaging 18 others, Riverside Mayor Patricia Locke Dawson said during the news conference on Thursday, September 5th. Of the 18 homes, 13 of them inhabited, 7 had major damage, and 8 vehicles were lost in the fire, Chief Michael Moore said. The fire was fully contained July 27. The authorities filed 27 charges in the willful and malicious fire setting against the teens. The third boy, arson investigators determined the fire was caused by fireworks after surveillance footage captured the 3 teens in the silver pickup truck that were setting off fireworks in the field near where the blaze originated. In an area border of Alexander Boulevard. Oh, I know where this area is at. The fireworks that they ignited were not only illegal in Riverside, but are classified as dangerous in the state of California. They're gonna make an example out of those fucks. God damn, you fucked up. Who told these kids that it was the greatest idea to go in a field where there's dry grass everywhere and set off fireworks? Oh, that's a great idea. Let me go do that, right? Underwater tunnel to Manhattan leaks after contractor accidentally drills through it. Good job. Good job. Good job. A rare 1787 copy of the U.S. Constitution is up for auction and it could be worth millions. Federal judge decrees criminal against conservative group that publishes voters' information. Nevada's only Native American youth shelter gets lifeline as it fights for survival. 19-year-old cadet found dead in a dorm at U.S. Air Force Academy. This is not good news for our armed forces, people. Stop reporting this shit. Paralympian Hunter Woodhall joins wife as a gold medal winner in Paris. Did he steal her light too by asking her to marry her? What a jackass. Judge considers bumping abortion rights measures off Missouri ballot. Michigan judge loses docket after she's recorded insulting gay people and black people. Michigan. I mean, I don't know what goes on there. China ending foreign adoptions will likely impact hundreds of families. You will not be able to adopt any more Chinese children. Someone tell Jolina Jolie it was that. She could probably fight the fight. Man triggered 3-car crash after jumping out of his car to save kitten at 91 freeway. I mean, I love animals more than anybody you could imagine. Yes, I do. But I will not do something stupid like that. Survival. Serial rapist with over 50 victims and history of sexual assaulting women while parole sets for released. I mean, you know he was doing that type of shit and yet he's allowed to leave? I guess. Man planning to commit terror attack at Jewish center in NYC arrested near U.S.-Canada border, authorities say. A man accused of planning a mass shooting at a Jewish center in the New York City in support of ISIS was arrested Wednesday in Canada, authorities announced Friday. The United States Department of Justice said Mohammed Shahzeeb Khan, a 20-year-old Pakistani citizen living in Canada, has been charged with attempting to provide materials supporting and resources designated foreign terrorist organization. A criminal complaint was filed in the Southern District of New York. Well, he should be sent to Guantanamo Bay. I think that's very suitable. The CDC has confirmed the first case of bird flu in Missouri with no immediate occupational connection to sick or infected animals. 3-year-old boy shoots himself in the face with his mom's unsecured gun and is expected to be okay. Wait, this is another kid that shot himself in the face and this one survived? The first article we read, that kid didn't survive. I forgot where. Oh, that was a 5-year-old. This is a 3-year-old. This kid's tough. The other kid, I'm sorry. He passed away. A 3-year-old boy accidentally shot himself in the face after getting his hand on an unsecured gun on the Detroit east side on Friday. It happened around 4:30. It was Utah, the other one, actually. Elm Street, bullet grazed the boy's face and was taken to the hospital and is expected to be okay, but remains critical condition as of Friday night. Police says the child's mom briefly set the gun on the counter, and that's when the boy shot himself. There was also a locked gun box inside the home, but was not used at the time. See, at least these people had a box where to lock their shit, right? Not okay, people. Student dies after shooting inside a Japatowni High School. That's fourth this week. Fourth shooting. Where's the article? I hate this week. Anyways, there was another shooting, I guess, a day or two ago. Boeing Starliner returns to home, but without astronauts. Did it return okay? That's the real question. That's what I really want to know. Boeing Starliner's spacecraft has completed its journey back to Earth, but the astronauts it was supposed to be carrying remained behind the International Space Station. The empty craft traveled in an autonomous mode after undocking from the orbiting lab. The capsule, which suffered technical problems after launch with NASA Butch Wilmore and Sonny William on board, was deemed too risky to take the astronauts home. They will instead return to SpaceX Crew Dragon, but not until February, extending an 8-day stay in the ISA to 8 months. Well, I guess he made it back okay. Pastor arrested at Strata after weapons, drugs found. Cops scissor attack on Jewish barber in Yonkers was a hate crime. VA ordered to build thousands more homes for veterans on West Los Angeles, LA campus. Israel accused of killing its own civilians under Hannibal detective to avoid them being taken hostage. Michigan's newlyweds arrested after groom allegedly runs over and kills groomsman hours after the wedding. Damn, man. Community comes together to comfort each other's mourning victims of the Georgia school shooting. 10-year-old girl in Japan becomes youngest person certified to prepare poisonous pufferfish, a delicacy that can be deadly. Keep eating nasty shit. Utah sheriff deputy stalked and killed by her father, prosecutors say. Damn. Her own father killed her. Sustainable logging operations are clear-cutting Canadian forests. CIA director saw genuine risks of Russian using tactical nuclear weapons early in Ukraine war. I think we're halfway. It's safe to say that we're halfway through the whole debauchery. Maryland's zoo penguin, who helped rebuild a species population, has died, leaving 230 descendants. Israel strikes in Gaza kills 61 in 48 hours as UN pursues vaccinations. Get vaccinated so you don't get blasted by a bomb. Mother charged after 6-year-old takes loaded gun to school. This is what I'm talking about, the irresponsibility of people. That's 3 kids that we read about. 2 of them shot themselves in the face. 1 of them died. One's going to be okay. And now a 3rd kid takes a fucking gun to a school. Anyways. Releasing names of 900 alleged Nazi war crimes who fled to Canada could embarrass federal government bureaucrats told. Now imagine if Project Paperclip comes out in detail, the embarrassment for the Americans. Multiple people shot on I-75 in Laurel County, Kentucky. Florida high school football player dies after game becoming the school year's latest tragedy. Mother of suspect gunman call Appalachian High School with warning before shooting, aunt says. Missing newlywed nurse has been found dead as her neighbors arrests. 84-year-old North Fort Myers woman fights gator and shares her story. She fought a gator and maybe lost the fight. That was probably the fight of her life. Now we're all caught up. We know that the Boeing Starliner, or whatever the fuck it's called, made it back to Earth safe and sound. Now I'm wondering if the astronauts would have been on there, would it have been okay? Maybe something would have been different. And we found out that this week at least three irresponsible fucks with guns let their guns unattended and their kids had access to them. One of them took it to school. Two of them shot themselves in the face. One of them is gone from this planet, from this reality. And the other one is going to be okay. I don't know what else we found out. But it is what it is. Goodbye. Good night. Deuces. Oh, I'm going to rip through this shirt right now.